So we're going to get this going.
What are you doing this morning, Tara?
I'm not really doing much. I just have my husband home this weekend, which there are very few of those left.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of decorating for Christmas today.
Yeah, I would. I totally would. There's no judgment here. And even
well, he's going to be gone for Christmas. It's like the only way he gets to celebrate Christmas with us.
Right.
Okay, I don't want her on me. So can you take her, please? Thank you.
Sorry. Hey, Lauren, are you recording?
I am recording now. Yeah, because, and I was just gonna like skim through this, but I was like, no, I want the whole team to see this. So I'm gonna record. Let me share. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm researching the ultimate reset, Danielle. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the plunge.
Well, let me know because I've done it 3-4 times.
Yeah. Can you send me the PDF or or just, I don't know. I just want to know what the food system looks like. I can see it on the Beachbody blog, but I need
the what system?
What the foods that you can have and what you can't have, like that. I want that list.
If you Google Ultimate Reset shopping list, it'll come up.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And it's a shopping list for weeks 1, 2, and 3. You do not need to buy all the foods on those lists. It's just pick from those foods each week to create your meals.
Perfect. Okay, let's see here. All right, first thing is just like general announcements. Coffee chat is still every Saturday at 8 a.m. National Wake Up Call on Monday, which this whole thing is based off of what the last National Wake Up Call was, because it was a true wake up call for me as a coach. Then the Emerald Push Call will be November 6th. Danielle, you can invite your team to that if you would like. It's just about like what it takes to become Emerald, how I got to Emerald, and we just talk about it, and they ask a lot of questions. And then the Diamond Leader Call is for the Emerald coaches who want to become Diamond, who are actually Diamond yet. But it just talks about the mindset you have to take on to become a Diamond coach. So everyone on this call is actually already an Emerald, so that doesn't really apply to you guys. But if your coaches want to become Emerald, this is a good call for them. And then we talked about this in the group a little bit, but December 4th is when the Transform 20 challenge packs go on sale. And then January 14th is when it actually launches. My thought was that it's because they're going to have like a little pre-mini workout like they do now with most of the programs. And then Tara mentioned that it's also because of supply and demand. They want to know how much they need, and they want to kind of spread that out a little bit because the obsession got a little wacky with that. They ran out of sliders and bands, and it was just really bad. So this is about setting goals today. And I actually went to Ashley Smith, one of her videos on YouTube, but she was speaking at the New Leaders Conference, and she had this written down. And for like literally 2 years of my business, did not make a single goal because I was too scared to do that. And also because I literally didn't know how to set a goal. Like it just didn't even make sense to me. I was like, okay, well, I just want to be a successful coach. Well, what does that look like for you? And it's not going to look the same for all of us. Like, what does a successful business look like to you? And she had this quote, and it like cleaned it all up for me. She said, a dream written down with the date part is important, becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan, and a plan backed by action makes your dreams come true. So it's a full circle thing there. It takes, your dream, your goal, your plan, your action, and then that's how it comes back to that dream. And I love that quote. Oh no, why is it not? There we go. And here's what this is from Ashley Smith. Once again, what types of goals should you have? She's a top 10 coach, or at least she was last year. So it's like, she obviously knows what she's talking about. And she says you should have 3 different types of goals just to be successful in general. In terms of the business, you need to have a rank goal, an income goal, and a success club goal. And I'll show you how to break those down into dates. Personal, you need to have a goal for your relationships, your health, and your own personal development. Because if you're not growing, your business is not going to grow. It's just not. And then team development, do you want to be elite, premier? What rank what rung do you want to be on the leadership ladder? And so those are the different goals that you can have for this business.
But don't learn.
So to do that, I think first and foremost, and this took me a long time, you guys, is to develop a vision and write down your mission. Why is it not moving? Hold up. Okay. It's just randomly moving at will. Okay, so here was mine. And I just want you guys to know, like, I came up with my mission after my vision. But my vision really was to see like a team go, and like I wanted a team. I'll just be honest with you. I saw all these other coaches with these teams, like at Summit, hanging out, having fun, changing lives, like literally changing lives. And I just really wanted that. Like I wanted a community of women who weren't afraid to like push past their fear and go for what they were doing. And so my mission was very similar to my vision. Like my mission is what will get us to the vision. And so my mission is how Beachbody changed me the most. And so I really think that's where you need to think about, okay, I need to think about when this came into my life, what was radically different? And I think we can all say physically, we all changed pretty radically, and that can be part of your mission. But really your mission is more emotional and mental. Like what is it that radically changed you when you started this business, or radically changed within you or about you? And for me, I 100% did a 180 on who I believed I was in Christ. Like God used this business to show me, yes, Lauren, you can be a Proverbs 31 woman because I created you. And if that's what I command you, do you not think that you're capable of that? And so he just really used this business to show me, like, you can be this well-rounded woman. You can have a business. You can have a family. You can be a mother. You can be godly. You can do all of this because I've created you to be capable to do that. And so I see so many women, just like who I was, who are not living in that truth. And so that is why that's my mission. And so in my belief, if I take this mission to more women, that vision is going to happen. So that is where you have to craft your own mission and vision, something that's really, truly going to propel you to get out of bed and do your vitals when you don't feel like it. And so here's how do you get there. I have to include this. I'm not going to go over this. There's billions and billions of training videos out there for you guys to see how to, show up for calls and implement it, add new people to your network. And that's personal to you anyway, because I'm not on the same platform as you guys and I don't have the same branding as you guys. So I'm not going to go over that today, but these are the things you have to do to get to your mission and to your vision. But Ashley Smith also mentioned this, and this wasn't even her idea. I forget who she told her about this, but she has another thing, not just with goals, but it's called joy setting, not just goal setting, but joy setting and like keeping the joy and reaching your goals. And this is where that mission comes into play. All right. So like, what was the transformation that you had that you cannot wait to share with others? For me, I cannot wait to watch you, my team, and other women who will join us in the future. I literally cannot wait to watch them overcome hurdles. Like right now, I'm totally going to name drop Amber Stewart. She is just giving me all the joy and all the feels right now because every single day she's messaging me with like things that she's overcoming, fear that she's overcoming, believing in herself more. And it's just like, this is why I do this. Like I love, like I wish you guys could have met Amber a year ago and see her today, different human being altogether. And I just love seeing women develop into the people they were meant to be. That's my joy setting. And so when I think back to my mission and my vision, this is the joy behind it all. And so you need to think when you're creating your mission and your vision, what's the joy in it? What is it that changed in me enough that I want to bring that to other women? And so that is where you kind of have to like think a lot. It's easy to just send out an invite. Hey, I'm doing a challenge group. But when you're writing a mission and a vision, it's like, okay, what is the heart of my business? What's going to drive me to do this on the days when it's hard or I don't want to do it or just whatever. So there's that. And then here is an example of mine. Like I said, I'm zooming through this, but it is recorded so you guys can come back and write all this down and everything. But for my business, and this is Psycho, I'm fully aware that I have a Psycho goal right now, but if I'm not pushing for it, then here's my thought. I may not hit 1-star diamond by November 21st. That's 9 more coaches. I may not, but I'm also not going to hit it if I don't try. So I'm at least going to try. Do I think it's possible? I don't know. Maybe. we'll see, but I'm going to shoot for it. So my goal is to hit 1-star diamond by November 21st. The reason I want that so bad is because I want to go to New Leaders Conference, and I want to grow and just be around coaches that are, I don't know. I just want to be in that atmosphere and see what it's like. My income goal is $1,000 per week. There's not really a way, unless Danielle, you may know, there's not really a way you can totally set like an income goal and work toward that in that way, other than working for Success Club and rank. And that's and building volume. So, but that just comes with, recruiting coaches that are, that fit within your mission and vision. And then my Success Club goal is 20 in November, which Ashley Molstad says, if you want to hit Success Club 20, you need to be shooting for Success Club 40. You need to double, because whatever you are trying to shoot for, you usually hit half of that. And I'm like, oh, so to be honest with you, I want to hit Success Club 10 in November, so I'm telling myself 20. And then to make it personal, I'm a yelling mom. I'm just going to say that to the whole group here. Like, I don't do it all the time, but when I do yell, it's like, John, what were you thinking? And I'm like, oh my gosh, how is that going to help a 3-year-old cope with what he did wrong? So I bought a book called Don't Make Me Count to 3. So that's my first thing. And then, and that's like a biblical parenting thing for those of you who wonder. Like, it talks about getting to the heart of the issue instead of just yelling and spanking and sending to their bed or whatever. And then I would like to go on dates with my husband 2 times a week. I would love to say that we already do that, but let's be honest, we don't. We do not take time for dates like we need to, and so I'd like to do that. As far as health goes, probably the ultimate reset, but it's coming from this Liver Rescue book. So I want to get rid of sugar, which, yay, it's the holidays. It's going to be really easy, isn't it? But I'm just dealing with a lot of crap that I just want to not deal with anymore. And so I want to probably do that. And then my personal development is 100 Days to Brave right now. So obviously that's time bound. That's 100 days. And then team development. This makes me nauseous to say out loud, but I would like our team to be elite in 2019. I think it's possible. It just takes a lot of work. Notice in the business ones, those are time bound, and the team development, that's time bound. The personal, some of it is, but the time bound part is what's really, really important. If you don't set an end date, you just never start working for it. And I know that sounds like, oh, what? Yes, I would, but I didn't. Until I started setting those dates, I did not start working for things. And so here's how you reverse engineer these goals. Just so you guys know, I thought I'm in the Diamond Dash, which Emily and Tara, you're in there too. They talked about reverse engineering, and I'll be honest, Megan didn't explain it very well, but I went back and really looked at what she was saying, and this is what she's saying. So here, this is for me personally. You would have to set your goals and then reverse engineer them yourself. But basically, if I want to work backwards, I also need to make weekly goals. So how do I take my big goal and break it down into weeks? So if I need 9 coaches in 3 weeks, gag, then I need 3 coaches per week. So there's that goal. So basically by next Saturday when we're talking on here, I want to have 3 new coaches on our team. Holy smokes, we can do this. If I want Success Club 20 in 4 weeks, which November is 4 weeks long, then I need 5 points per week. So when I come back next week, I want to be able to say, I got 5 Success Club points. So that's my weekly goal. 3 coaches, 5 Success Club points, which if I get 3 coaches, that will take care of the Success Club points for the most, usually. So if I know, okay, hold on. Yes. If one challenge pack sale gets 2 points, okay, basic math, I need to get 10 women to join me in November, whether that's through coaching or whether that's just challenging, like just the new challenger. I need 10 new women in my network to get Success Club 20. So if I know that 1 in 10 will say yes, that means I need to ask 100 women, which is 20 women per week. So that's how you break that down. So basically when I come back next week, I will want to tell you guys, yes, accountable. Hold me to this, 3 coaches, 5 Success Club points, and I asked 20 women. So I sent out 20 invites. Now I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna send out more than that because it's the winter cold months and the sales are down. They just are. That's normal and part of it. I do think we're gonna have a really good turnout for the Black Friday sale that Brigida is going to host for us. Which, Danielle, do you know if that's actually on Black Friday or is that Cyber Monday? How's she going to?
No, she's doing it the weekend before.
Oh, good. That's much better. Okay.
She talked about her plan for that. Like, she broke out exactly how she's writing her November in that resolution, the New Year resolution call.
Oh.
So I'm pretty confident it's going to be like the 16th or that end of that week.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that will help us a lot. We may like front load or back, whatever, all of our success.
Front loading. I'm trying to get as much as I can in the next 2 weeks.
Right. Ditto, because I don't want to worry about it over the holidays. So, okay. So what are your thoughts on this? I think that's all I've got.
Are you building up all of Josh's account to get to 1 star? Is that your plan?
Exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, I wondered why you were putting coaches in there the other day.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I wonder.
Yes.
Because usually you would want to hit Success Club 5 in your own account first, and then
right. But this coach, it was a particular coach instance. She's my cousin, and so she was one where it's like, okay. And to be honest, this is also like whatever to me, but she's going to be a business builder. And so I was like, I want Josh's account to stay diamond because I'm still going to be pulling money off of that too. Mm-hmm. And so she's going to be an emerald, on his account that I won't have to work at. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to put her there. And plus she knows Josh, so it's not going to be weird,
Yeah. Oh, that's a good plan.
I don't know. Just, you have to take them case by case. So we'll see.
You do. It's a good strategy.
I'm hoping. And then my mom's on his, so I'm going to build her up to emerald. Like, that's the goal. Oh my goodness. That's the goal.
You can do it. You can do it. That's the one beauty about having a spouse on your weak leg is you have another account that you are in control of to grow. And I have my mom on my other leg. So if I ever am worried that I'm going to drop rank, I can put a couple customers under her, and then I just have it set up so that any money she makes in that account goes into my bank account. Mm-hmm. So my bank account's in her settings because it's my mom and she doesn't care. Yeah. And that way I have control over an account on both legs. I have grants on one leg and do you guys understand the strategy behind signing up your husbands under your weak leg?
I went over that in the Diamond Dash group because they said that's like your spouse can be considered like a stable emerald or a stable diamond if you're at that point. So that's something they said. I can't remember the girl's name. I've been watching.
Holly Hilliard.
I think so. I think it was Holly, but
she's the bomb.
You get free money in that account once you get to 2-star diamond. You get to sign up yourself again. And then you're going to put them under your husband's weak leg. So I do nothing in Grant's account. I just build up my second and my first, and he just sits there, and I make a few $100 every month in his account for nothing. Brigida makes $100,000 in her husband's account every month. Is that not insane?
A month?
I mean, a year. A year.
A
year.
We're all just like sitting there, sort of like.
No, a year. He makes $100,000 in just that account, just having him there as diamond. Just sitting there, he makes that much every year.
I can't even imagine. Like, I can't believe this is possible. And the thing is like there are so many MLMs, and I have hated them all just because I just didn't believe in them. Like, I was like, they're just building for the sake of building. The product sucks. Like, there's been so many things where I'm like, that product sucks. Like, why would I want to build a business with that product? And then it was like Beachbody. I was like, this is perfect. Like, I don't know. Like, I hated MLMs until Beachbody.
I think we're totally different than all the other MLMs.
It's totally different. Like, we're what MLMs should be.
I was talking with a lady yesterday who I'm trying to talk into being a coach because she was in my health coaching school. And she actually reached out to me because, I posted that I got my certification and everything. So she reached out to me and said, okay, what are you doing? Because you seem like you've got it together on your Facebook. Whether I do or not, I don't know. But no. So anyway, I talked to her yesterday, and I just started asking her questions about what she wanted, and she started basically telling your story, which is almost identical to my story. And then she told me what she wanted to do, which is help moms either deal with gut health issues so that they can get pregnant, or postpartum pregnancy stuff, because she just had a baby. So I'm telling her all these things that, that's exactly what I do. She's like, I just really want to help moms create the habits and da-da-da. And so I'm like explaining to her how I go about doing that. I haven't told her yet I'm with Beachbody. I'm just telling her these things. And she's all interested. And then I said, have you ever heard of Beachbody? And she's like, yeah. And I go, I accomplished all this by affiliating with them. They have the tools to help us get these women to this place. And all of a sudden, it's like everything just sunk for her. Cause she's like, oh my gosh, it's an MLM.
It's an MLM.
Yes. And she goes, I just am skeptical of those. And I'm like, I was too, but and that's part of our job, is to show them how we are different. We are different than any other MLM. We don't operate in the same fashion. I go, did you have any clue I was with Beachbody from my Facebook? Because she's been following me for months. And she's like, no. And I go, that's the trick. That's the tool, and that's what we train you to do. We train you to show how you are a health coach and how you have a lifestyle. You're pointing out this lifestyle, and you're selling the lifestyle. And then from behind the scenes, when I'm ready to get, start you on a boot camp, then I introduce Beachbody to you, because those are the tools we're going to use. Mm-hmm. So I think she's going to come around. She just has to get over the initial
MLM.
shock. Oh, it's an MLM.
Yeah,
those are all junky MLMs.
I literally had a girl the same way. I did that. I do my call to action posts on Tuesday so that I can work through those the rest of the week. So I did a call to action on coaching this past Tuesday, and I had this girl who was like all in. She gave me her whole story, and then I sent her the video on YouTube that I had recorded of the team, the coach opportunity call, and she was like, "Oh, I just don't want to go through MLM." And I'm like, that's awesome. I can't wait to see what you do on your own. But I said that genuinely, I can't wait to see what you do, what you come up with, because she wants to do something, but she's just not sure, whatever it is. And I'm just like, oh. And then on the same call to action, another girl commented, and she's all in, except for that she's done Advocare, and it was so hard, and she couldn't sell a thing, and did blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's just so different. There are so many MLMs out there that are putting so many bad tastes in our mouth, or in people's mouths. And it's just if we just push, if we just keep going, as long as we don't quit, people are gonna believe us. That's all we have to do is not quit. It's pretty inspiring.
And there is not that many other opportunities out there that create residual income.
Right.
Honestly, the only other way is to write a book, or create education materials online that you can sell over and over.
Beachbody already does that.
A community site where people pay into monthly to be a part of. Those are really the only other options where you can make money in your sleep.
Yeah.
And that's what I tried to explain to her. I went to school to be a health coach, mostly just for myself. I never finished college, and I just wanted it for me. And I wanted just to see, is there anything else that I could be offering my challengers? Here, the light's bright. And so it was more for just my own thing, but they taught business. They taught you how to have a health coaching business. It sucked. You guys, the way they taught here, I paid all this money to go to school for them to tell me that I needed to meet with people. They're still on this, send out newsletters, go to community events. I'm like, that is so old school. You can't build a business like that of any scale anymore. Sorry, that light's really bright. But they did not teach anything about growing on social media. I mean, they touched on it, but they really did not. They don't have the mentor who's in the thick of it in the current, because social media changes. I'm like, with Beachbody, you have a mentor.
Right.
100% of the time, who is in the trenches too, who's in the know of what works now, and we get to do it together. Whereas with them, they're on their own. Everybody who went through that $5,000 program is on their own now, and they have to figure it out on their own, and they're going to have to figure out how to grow a business on their own, and they don't have any marketing skills, and that's what we get to offer them. So that's how I've been kind of talking to them. And that's maybe a good place where you guys can start targeting too, is just start looking on Instagram for health coach students and show them that this opportunity gives you a mentor that's in the here and now, where when you finish school, you're going to be on your own.
Right. And that's what this girl with Advocare was saying too. She was like, well, she's not with them anymore, but she was just like, I just didn't sell a single thing and I just didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, well, I had a mentor that taught me everything. And so that's what I do for my coaches. So anyways, it just continue being a light. This is literally like completely like the gospel, where it's like, once you preach what you know, at that point, you can't just keep preaching to that person every single time you see them. You tell them what you know one time or a couple times maybe, and then you just live it. You live the gospel, you be the light, you be the love. And then it's just same thing with this. You tell people what you know. They're not going to believe you every time. Maybe 1 out of 10 will believe you until you start living it and living it and living it. And then they're like, okay, she's been doing this 3 years, so maybe it's working. Maybe. So yeah, that's what it is. All right. Did Emily and Tara, did y'all have anything to add or share?
Do I need to work on, because I know y'all were saying how you built your husband to be like emerald and everything. So I'm already emerald, so I need to work towards getting him emerald to benefit off of that, correct?
Because to be diamond, you have to have 2 emerald coaches under you. So if your husband's an emerald coach, then he's like that solid. That's what Holly was saying, is he's your solid, like dependable emerald. Because inevitably, even if you build up another emerald, there's a good chance they'll still drop eventually. So you want to have at least one stable to go off of, so that you can constantly be building the others, but have a fallback post. And then when you're there, you get him to diamond.
Yes. And FYI, that took me a long time. Like, don't think that you can totally do it quickly, but don't think that it's normal for people to do it quickly. So don't be like, so shoot for that, by the end of this diamond dash. But if it doesn't happen, don't be like, well, then I'm obviously a failure. 3 weeks. So just an FYI, this diamond dash is only 4 weeks long. Last year it was 6 weeks long to hit diamond. So like, they really scooted it down. So I'm still pushing, because if I'm not pushing, then what am I doing? But I'm giving myself some grace, knowing, okay, this is a much shorter push to diamond. It's still totally possible, but you're going to have to really put in the work. So if you don't get there, do not think, oh my goodness, I can't do this, I better just quit.
Here's one thing, when you can start getting more Success Club points, it's easier. So get SC5 in your account 6, because they're always 2 points pretty much. Get to SC6 in your account. Then once you get to 6, if you get another 2 customers, put them under your husband. Put them as customers under your husband. So, and that will get him to emerald. But get yourself to 6 first. Hit Success Club in your account first, and then any extras that you get that month, put them under your husband.
Okay.
It's okay. If you don't get to 10, honestly, the one benefit to 10 is you get free leads. I maybe get 1 a month. It's really not, I don't feel like I get a ton of leads, and they're really hard to connect with. I very, very rarely get someone who will respond back to me from those leads. And so they're nice, but that's not.
Free money is always welcome, but.
Yes, free money is always welcome, but it's not the end all be all. Long term, it'd be better to build up your husband's account. So make sure you get yourself to Success Club, and then any leftovers from the month put under him and start building that account.
Yep. And that's why I said at the beginning, that's why I usually put family members under Josh, because they're not weirded out by it. If I were to take someone who's already skeptical and be like, oh, by the way, I'm going to put you under my husband's account, they'd be like, never mind, I'm out. Like, they're already skeptical of the structure and the business. So when you go to put them under, your husband or fiance or boyfriend or whatever, they're like, maybe I'm going to rethink this. So like, I'm choosy with who I put under Josh for that reason.
If they're just a customer, I'm not, because I just tell them, I'm running both accounts. It's not my husband, and you're just going to get the discount either way. So know that I'm here for you. I'm going to connect you. It's just going to have his name instead of mine. Right. But if you have a business builder, then yes, you need to be picky and choosy.
Correct.
Because I've seen some people get burned by getting under spouses' accounts and getting stuck, because then they're in this really bad spot and their sponsor quits and they're stuck. So I've seen some pretty not so great things with that.
I had a quick question that's totally unrelated, but Beachbody related. So would I be considered Annie's personally sponsored coach now?
Yes.
Okay, so she would benefit from me like going for a leech. Okay, I was just wondering how that works if a coach quits and how.
And I'm really hoping that once you get there, and if we can charge up Liz A to get to Diamond, that will make her a 2-star Diamond. I think that will motivate her to come back. I'm hoping.
Can I just say that it makes me, I don't even know the adjective that it makes me, that Annie gets to be a 2-star Diamond and not work this business.
And that was recorded, but.
Which is fine because she's not going to watch us. And even if she does, still, I wish I could.
Annie, come join us back.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is like for you guys here and for whoever watches this later, like that's residual income. Like Annie's not working this at all and she is making an income still. I'm just like,
she makes several $100s right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
That's the beauty of residual income.
Yep.
It is kind of hard to think, man, because when you get to 2-star Diamond, you start making $1,000 bonus every quarter. Just free money.
Yep.
It's like between $800 and $1,000. And believe me, when I was a 2-star Diamond, those paychecks came just at the right time every quarter. And it was just free money for being a 2-star. That's my goal. I need to get back up 2-star. So that's why I'm hoping if we can help Liz A get to Diamond and you are Diamond, I think that will motivate her to get the customers to come back. That will help me get back up to some diamonds.
And what's so cool about this is here's what my old mentality was like, well, you only want me to get to Diamond because it helps you, Ashley or Annie.
No, because it makes your paycheck grow. It makes your influence grow.
But they're like, no, do you understand? Yeah, like if you get to Diamond, that means you're Diamond. And I'm like, oh yeah. I was just such a naysayer. It's impossible to me to even think that I'm still doing an MLM, you guys. So like I'm living proof that if I'm doing it, then there's going to be other people joining you. Cause like I'm the last person that should be doing an MLM. Gosh, I was a negative Nelly. Oh, I was.
I grew up with a dad who tried to do MLMs, but he was totally unrelational. So he could not, it was a nightmare in my house. And it was back before social media. So they would go do these little calls every Wednesday, or they do these meetings every Wednesday, and I get dragged along to them, and I had to sit in a corner by myself and entertain myself for 4 hours, no joke. So if anyone hates MLMs, it's me. I hated them. They almost tore my family apart growing up because my dad was so focused on the money, and he was not focused on the relationships or any of that. He was so product driven, focused on the money. He just did not have the mindset to do this. It has to be about people and meeting their goals. And so if anyone should not be in an MLM, it's me, because I had it was like traumatic experience.
Oh, I bet there was product everywhere too, wasn't there?
Yes, because he did Shackley and he did this new skin IDN one, and you have to buy all your products ahead of time and sell them. And it was horrible. It was horrible. So we are in an amazing one with an amazing opportunity. And you guys, the opportunity just from being on both sides, from being on the side of being taught how to do a health coaching business through going to a accredited school who's teaching people to come out and do health coaching. And there are people who want to be health coaches. People are signing up left and right for this class. I mean, I had 2,000 people in my class, plus they're getting them every few months. And I'm starting to target those people on Instagram. So I'm finding them. And there are so many people who want to be health coaches. And I just have to, I am trying to show them there is a better way to grow a business than what they think. And it does take a lot of talking and a lot of nurturing that, but there are people out there. So start looking for them. Yeah. Start looking for the people who are health coach students, because they are the ones who want to do this. They just need to learn that there's a better way to business with it. And it's through affiliating with Beachbody, because then you are getting residual income. There's nowhere else you can do that with it. So,
and also, this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'll close the call out. But in terms of the product, so you guys, I've had like this eye-opening experience those last 2 weeks. So apparently this thing that I thought was causing my miscarriages was not actually the thing causing my miscarriages. It was something even further than that. You know, there's always a cause for a cause for a cause. So I thought, and for a long time, the medical community thought that they had traced it all back to MTHFR. And so what that is a gene mutation. And so that's as far as it can get. Like if it's a genetic mutation, it's in your genes. So from there, you just have to fix what the problem is instead of going even further. Well, they've now sort of started realizing that it's actually not just a genetic mutation. It's actually not in our genes at all. What it is it's inflammation. It's toxic heavy metals that we are born with, and that is the genetic part. So yes, you come into the world with this issue, and it is genetic, but only because your parents had so many toxins. So it's not actually a genetic thing. Like we can get rid of it if we just have to get rid of it. And so I have been, and I'll be honest with you, the guy who I've been looking at his stuff, I don't know about his belief system. He talks about the spirit and God, but it's not really the language I'm used to talking about God. So I'm not really sure what his beliefs are. But anyways, that's just a side note. So if I refer you to him, just know that I don't know if I believe what he believes. But anyways, he is talking about like just getting rid of heavy metals. And so I've been looking at all of his recipes, all of his supplements that he says that we should be taking to get rid of these toxic heavy metals and just for liver health. And it's all about the liver and how to, you need to cut out your fats for the most part and cut out a lot of meat while you're trying to get healthy again. And so, just an FYI, this translates into my life as extreme fatigue. I cannot wake up in the morning. Tara, I just sent you a message about that this morning. Like it's literally an issue. And has been for about 2 years now. I have crazy hormonal fits of rage, hence the yelling from the book that I need. And just a few other things. I have strep B, which is a really big issue. And then both of my parents have tested positive for MTHFR, which means they have the toxins too. So everything he says to take is like Schisandra, ashwagandha, chaga, all of the ingredients in Shakeology. Like my mind has been blown. The funny thing is I trust Darren O'Lean. And so I have trusted Shakeology, but it's been a blind trust. It's been like, okay, I know it obviously makes me feel better, but I don't really know why. And now that I'm looking at what this guy is saying about liver health and just overall health and detoxing and getting rid of heavy metals, and I'm looking at this shake that I've been drinking every day for 3 years, and I'm just going, oh my goodness, this honestly was an act of grace from my Savior to give me this bag of Shakeology every day. Like I told one of my friends this, who's not a Shakeology person yet, but I think she will be, who's big on liver detox as well. I said, like, this is all in my Shakeology already. Like, what would I have done? Like, how much worse off would I be had I not started drinking this 3 years ago? And my mind has been blown. And then on top of that, I'm like, okay, well, I need to see what this liver detox book says that I just bought. Would you guys believe that it's basically the same thing as the Ultimate Reset? Like, literally the same thing. And I'm sitting here going, I've been sitting on this pile of gold for 3 years now. Like,
it fixed me. I had all those same things, all major hormone imbalances, major fatigue, chronic problems in my stomach ulcers. I jumped into Beachbody doing the Ultimate Reset. That is how I started. I had never even tried Shakeology. I did the Ultimate Reset first. And it corrected so many things. And then I got on Shakeology and I felt even better. And I've been able to fix all of it.
I just want you guys to know we're sitting on pure solid gold. Like, I've always believed that blindly. But now going through and reading through all of this and seeing, a different medical community looking at it, I'm going, oh my gosh, the only thing that's not in Shakeology, and get this. So my friend was like, well, make sure the spirulina in your Shakeology comes from Hawaii only. If it comes from Japan, it will have heavy metal from the balm. Thank you, America. And so I was like, oh, okay, I should probably check that. It's kind of important. Come to find out, I should have known this. They took out spirulina last year because they couldn't sustainably source it, aka they couldn't get it from Hawaii anymore. We work for a good company, so like I'm just mind blown. Mine has been blown this past 2 weeks. Like when you see this fire that's been lit, that's the reason, just so you guys know. Like that's why I'm shooting for all these crazy goals, is because I believe in it that much more.
If you read Darren Olean's book, he has a book out, Super Life or something. That's what made me realize, okay, all these health nuts that I'm dealing with who are, well, I don't want to do shake. He is as on it as anybody else. I mean, he knows his stuff, and he's not going to put crap in this shake because he is so particular about the ingredients. I mean, if you read his book, he talks all about, he has this whole house water purifier because he only will drink water that is like in the purest form.
Right.
He is a vegan. He does not eat meat.
Right. Okay. I was going to say he's vegan. And if y'all have seen him, he's jacked. Like, I trust anything that comes out of his mouth. And so anyways, I'm just very excited. Just so you guys know. Yeah. All right. Do y'all have any questions? I don't want to keep you any longer.
I do have a question for you, Lauren, because I have a couple people who, like, I started this postpartum, but I have a couple people who are like prepartum basically. And I'm like, guys, this is really helpful. Like, I know in my head that like being healthy is good for getting pregnant, but do you think that like the products themselves, not just the workouts, because everybody knows that being fit is a good thing to go into pregnancy, but the products themselves, like Shakeology and stuff, that do you think that can help?
Yes.
Okay. Did you use it before you were pregnant?
I did. Okay. Well, yes, I'll give you the timeline here. John was 10 months old. Which I already knew I had MTHFR and all these issues. And that's part of the reason why I was so on board with Shakeology, just because I just felt like it was, I just knew, I was like, this is good. I need to do this. So he was 10 months old, and literally during my first 21-day fix, I found out I was pregnant with Hank, and I continued drinking it for as long as I could. But I'll be honest, you guys, I was so morning sick with Hank. And anytime I would have any type of soup or shake or heavy like liquid, it would make me want to throw up. So I would do it when I could. It was not all the time, but I did do it. And then I had it nursing pretty much every day. So yes. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like if you were to take that bag to a doctor's office, they literally couldn't argue with anything. I don't know. Like we say, take it to the doctor, just be, whatever. We can't say legally that it's going to make you better, but it's like, okay, here's pea protein or whey protein. Okay. That's
real food.
It's food. And so
if you have no problem going and eating McDonald's when you're pregnant, that's what kills me is people like so freaked out about drinking Shakeology when they're pregnant. And I'm like, that is like the best thing you can give your baby, where you're going to McDonald's filling it with metals and chemicals and stuff that's super harmful. So if you're willing to eat McDonald's, you can eat this shake.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So yes, I think personal experience is totally fine, pregnant and breastfeeding.
I literally have one person who's like, I know you said like all of these things helped you get pregnant with Felicity. And I said, and also this is helpful too. I didn't do it to get pregnant, but I promise this is helpful. And she's like, but what about this? Yes, that will help. What if my husband drinks pomegranate juice? Sure. You can read about that on the internet if you want to. It's like
that's also in our supplements.
And so I'm like, yeah, because it's on the bag, like the picture. And then she's asking me about like the chiropractor and stuff. And I'm like, yes, that too. But I'm telling you, this first, anyway, I say,
honestly,
I know, like as somebody very specifically, I'm trying to like, she's 7 months into trying to conceive. And I'm like,
detox, de-stress.
All you have left.
Two things. De-stress. Detox, de-stress. That was my aha this past week, because I was just thinking about health, and I was like, there are everything that causes health issues, infertility, any of those things. It's because you're too stressed and your body is stressed, or you have too many toxins in your body, you need to get them out.
Which the toxins usually lead to stress. Like that's why you're stressing, is because you can't detox.
And so, and part of detoxing is cleaning up your nutrition and getting the crap out, getting the chemicals and all those out, getting your liver in a good place, taking milk thistle and getting that out, cleaning out your gut, just doing, 5-day water fast are like the best way to detox your body. It's just the fastest way. Ultimate reset. You can do that. That will detox your body at a cellular level. That's what you want to do. Is
that safe if she gets pregnant? Like if she were to get pregnant this month and do the ultimate reset, but she didn't she doesn't know she's pregnant yet, kind of thing. Is that safe for her to still do?
Absolutely.
Like through cycles?
Yeah, I would say in those early stages, yes.
Okay, like when you don't know yet.
Yes, because she's not going to be pulling any extra calories at that point because it's vegan, but like there are plenty of vegan women that have children. Like that's just part of life. So it's like it's vegan. And Danielle, is there a calorie limit on there? Like, do they say?
So that's one thing I do when I do it. Is they give you portion sizes. They give you a meal plan you can follow. You do not need to do that. So I did not do it. And I did it the first time because I followed it to a T for the first time. But then the other 3 times I did it, I printed out the grocery list and I made my own meals based on what foods were allowed on those weeks. And then I ate till I was full. So I did not follow any rigid thing. I did not follow any kind of portion sizes. I ate a balance of those foods and I ate them until I was full. I never worried about calories or how much. I lived off of nuts those weeks because they're the only thing with like fat and protein.
Yeah.
Other than quinoa, you can get your protein from quinoa and stuff like that. But I didn't want to eat that for snacks. So
yeah, Tara, that could be really good and a really good way to just say, look, let's just, you're trying or what, I don't know this scenario.
Detox your body.
But try that 21, she may, just do this detox. It'll clean you out. It'll get you feeling good for a pregnancy. And then you can go back to eating, a good clean diet. You don't have to stay vegan for your pregnancy. I think that would
It'll heal your gut because all the supplements are gut healers. That's the point of it, is to get into the cell, clean out the bad stuff, put in the good flora in your gut. That's what all those supplements do. They're all whole food supplements. They're not synthetic. Mm-hmm. A lot of it's actually stuff in Shakeology that they paired up differently. And then you drink Shakeology with it. Mm-hmm. So you get your chocolate fix during it because there is you can have sugar, you can have maple syrup, mm-hmm. and you can have honey.
Mm-hmm. Raw honey.
Yeah, so you can have all that. You can have oatmeal the first.
Honey you really should eat is raw honey.
Yes, yeah. You can have I have these oatmeal bar recipe that I love, and I lived off those the first week because it's like an oatmeal cookie, but it has all just oatmeal and almond flour and pink Himalayan salt and maple syrup, and you can have all those things. So you can make little.
I'm going to do it. Lord help me. I'm going to do it between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you are brave. I did mine in November when I did it the first time.
Well, I'm desperate. Like I just want to be as healthy as I can. And I'm just to the point where like not getting out of bed is frustrating me, and the strep stuff and the hormone, like I'm just ready. So anyways,
it will help.
Is it the ultimate reset detox that you would say, like, to recommend to her? That's like, or like, what's the difference? Well, I'll look that up. The difference.
Get it with the Shakeology. If she's going to do it, she's going to want that Shakeology too, as one option for the day. And it's like the one treat you get. So
it's one of the challenge packs that's $20 off. So
yeah, it's a challenge
pack that you can get if you sign up to be a coach. So like if I say, hey, like, look, you can get your discount on Shakeology, and you can use that Ultimate Reset Challenge Pack to waive the $40 coach fee. Yeah. So you ultimately save. This will only boost you, and you'll go into the holidays like really healthy.
Yes.
Really happy. In January, people make babies anyway because the holidays are over. Nobody's stressing anymore.
Right.
So here's the other thing, and this is just from a business perspective. Obviously, I love Ultimate Reset for what it does for your body, and I totally stand behind it. But once you do it and you experience it, it's easier to sell because you see the benefit of it and you see how it can really help. And those challenge packs, you get $90 from. Yeah. That's a nice commission. So just, that's just from the business side of it. I've sold a lot more of them because I've done it many times. I see the value in it. Mm-hmm. So
I know you keep wanting to end the call.
It's fine. As long as you guys are still engaged, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I want to ask you about celery juice. Celery juice, right? And Megan is doing celery juice too. And I know